Welcome. Today, we delve into one of the most intriguing and unsettling prophecies attributed to the famed seer Nostradamus, the 3 Days of Darkness. Known for his cryptic quatrains that have stirred the imagination for centuries, Nostradamus has earned a reputation as one of history's greatest and most mysterious prophets. His predictions cover a wide range of events, but the prophecy of the 3 Days of Darkness stands out as one of the most ominous, sparking fear and wonder in equal measure. What might this prophecy mean? Why has it captivated the minds of so many? Let's explore the chilling potential of this ancient warning and what it may portend. To truly understand the significance of the 3 Days of Darkness, it's essential to first learn about the man behind the prophecy, Michel de Nostradamus, better known as Nostradamus. Born on December 14, 1503, in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, France, he was a gifted pharmacist, astrologer, and seer. His early life was marked by his deep interest in science, medicine, and astrology, which would later inform much of his prophetic work. Throughout his life, Nostradamus traveled across Europe, encountering a wide array of cultures and ideologies, which helped shape his approach to divination. His unique method combined astrological calculations with visions he believed were divinely inspired. These visions would become the foundation of his most famous work, Les Prophéties, published in 1555. Nostradamus's writings are known for their timeless relevance, as his quatrains seem to predict a wide array of future events, from natural disasters to political upheavals. Among all his prophecies, however, none seem to evoke as much fear and fascination as the 3 Days of Darkness. Described as a period of profound suffering, some have interpreted this prophecy as a cosmic reckoning, a spiritual trial, or even an apocalyptic disaster. So, what exactly did Nostradamus foresee for these 3 dark days? Could they signal an unprecedented catastrophe, or are they symbolic of something deeper? According to some interpretations of his quatrains, the 3 Days of Darkness would begin with a celestial event, a planetary alignment, or an eclipse that would cause the sun to darken, plunging the earth into a complete blackout. This darkening of the skies would be followed by a period of anarchy and despair, with mankind in the throes of unimaginable suffering. The details in Nostradamus's writings suggest that during this time the sun would seem to be extinguished, plunging the world into confusion and fear. Although much of his prophecy remains open to interpretation, its eerie ability to provoke such a sense of mystery and awe speaks to the depth of Nostradamus's vision. For centuries, scholars, theologians, and mystics have debated the meaning of Nostradamus's words. Are they prophecies of actual future events, allegories of spiritual decay, or reflections on the fragility of human life? The 3 Days of Darkness in particular raises profound questions about the fate of humanity and the forces beyond our control. Is it a literal forecast of global disaster, or does it symbolize a period of spiritual reckoning? No matter the interpretation, these visions compel us to reflect on the nature of existence and the mysteries of the cosmos that continue to elude us. In one of his most passionate and mysterious letters, Nostradamus shared the weight of his visions, writing, my son, I have longed for this moment to share with you the great weight of my visions." This letter, brimming with a sense of urgency, speaks to the depth of Nostradamus's spiritual awareness. He believed that the coming trials, including the 3 Days of Darkness, were not just physical disasters, but spiritual awakenings, calling humanity to repent and prepare for judgment. His words implore people to pray and remain vigilant, offering a stark warning that the calamities he foresaw would come when least expected, catching many off guard. Despite the dire nature of these prophecies, Nostradamus did offer a sliver of hope. For those who remained faithful and alert, he promised protection. The chosen ones will be shielded, he assured, adding that those who maintained their devotion would be spared from the worst of the coming darkness. He advised people to look to the stars for signs and to continue praying, particularly when celestial bodies showed signs of disturbance. When the sun, the moon, and the stars grow restless and appear exceedingly disturbed, know that the hour is near, he cautioned, urging people to remain steadfast in their faith and vigilance. Nostradamus was keenly aware of humanity's spiritual decline, and he compared the coming days to the fate of Sodom and Gomorrah. He painted a grim picture of mankind's moral decay, saying that people were tumbling headlong into the abyss indulging in sin and indulgence as though oblivious to the impending storm. Sin has reached its fullest extent, and the day of reckoning is drawing nearer than anyone would have thought, he warned. His description of divine judgment was chilling. Divine judgment will strike swiftly, like a bolt of lightning from the heavens, he said, evoking the swift and unforgiving nature of the reckoning he believed was imminent. In the face of such turmoil, Nostradamus provided some practical advice for survival. Seal your windows tightly, he urged, warning that the sights outside might be so harrowing that it would be better to avoid looking at them. He emphasized the importance of spiritual preparation, encouraging people to pray constantly, study holy texts, and perform acts of kindness. Bless the candle, it will last for many days, he suggested, indicating that in the darkness, both literal and spiritual, light, however small, would be a source of comfort and guidance. As the 3 days of darkness approach in Nostradamus's vision, he stresses the importance of staying inside and preparing for the challenges ahead. He cautioned against leaving one's home, even to tend to animals, as those who ventured outdoors would not survive the oncoming disaster. Make sure your animals are taken care of, he advised, highlighting the protection of all living creatures as a sign of divine mercy. In the face of chaos and destruction, he promised that the faithful would be protected, even as fire rains down from the heavens, earthquakes shake the earth, and storms ravage the planet. These dramatic and terrifying events would unfold in a fiery climax. For 2 days, there will be storms, constant rain, and strong earthquakes all around the planet, Nostradamus wrote. On a cold night, the earth would be consumed by an uncontrollable fire. Yet, even in this terrifying vision of destruction, he reiterated that the Creator ruled all and that this would serve as a reminder of divine power, a moment of reckoning for all of humanity. So, what do you think of these warnings? Do you take them seriously? Or are they just the product of a mind steeped in superstition and fear? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Despite the overwhelming destruction that was predicted, Nostradamus offered words of comfort and reassurance to those who remained faithful. He assured them that those who place their trust in the divine and hold steadfast to their teachings have no reason to fear. He believed that these individuals would not be abandoned, and that those who seek the Divine Mother's protection and are living in a state of grace would be shielded from harm. Nostradamus didn't just offer comfort, however, he also provided practical advice for surviving the cataclysmic events that would unfold. He warned that the nights would become extremely cold and the winds would howl violently. As the storm intensified, thunder would shake the sky, signaling that the worst was yet to come. He urged people to close all windows and doors and avoid speaking to anyone outside. In times of peril, he advised holding tightly to a cross and seeking the Divine Mother's protection through the confession of sins. One of the most serious warnings he gave was about the terrifying power of the divine wrath. He stressed that this wrath should not be looked upon or witnessed. During the chaos, including the earthquakes, people were advised to keep their eyes indoors, as the Creator's wrath is a sacred and incomprehensible force too mighty for human eyes to bear. To look upon it would lead to certain death. Nostradamus made it clear that this divine fury was something to be approached with awe and respect, and that no human was meant to witness it in its full glory. Disregarding this warning would result in instant death, he warned. Beyond the divine anger, Nostradamus also described the natural and supernatural forces that would be at work. Poisonous vapors would be carried on the winds, spreading throughout the land, causing suffering and death among the innocent. However, those who die in this divine judgment would not be lost. Instead, they would rise to heaven. He predicted that 3 nights would pass before the earthquakes ceased and the destructive forces seemed to calm. During this time, it might appear as though the forces of evil had gained the upper hand, but Nostradamus assured that on the 4th day, the angels would descend from heaven and bring peace to the earth. As the sun rose that morning, it would shine brighter than ever before, symbolizing a new era. The survivors, having witnessed the wrath and power of the Creator, would develop a deep sense of gratitude and reverence for divine order. Through these prophecies, Nostradamus highlighted the immense significance of divine wrath and the judgment that was to come. He explained that what humanity was about to experience would be unlike anything seen in the history of the world. He posed a critical question: how prepared are the indifferent and the unrepentant for such extraordinary events? The truth, he suggested, is that the weight of divine judgment was already being felt across the globe. The Creator's wrath was inevitable, and it would be unleashed everywhere. He emphasized the importance of obedience, especially during the predicted 3 days of darkness. Nostradamus was very clear about what needed to be done when the darkness descended. No one should leave their homes or peer outside during those 3 days. This period of darkness, he foretold, would last for 3 nights, but on the 3rd night, the stars would rise again, signaling that the end of the darkness was near. When the sun finally rose on the 4th day, it would bring with it the warmth of summer and the promise of new beginnings. During this time of trial, Nostradamus also urged the faithful to remain steadfast and resilient. He said that those chosen by the divine would continue to watch and pray, much like the disciples in the garden who did not fall asleep or give up. Even as the forces of hell might appear to have taken control of the earth, he reassured the faithful that the divine would ultimately reclaim the world for good. Nostradamus' message was clear: the faithful would be protected, and the victory of evil would be short-lived. Several saints and mystics throughout history, including figures like Catherine Emmerich, Blessed Anna Maria Tai, Blessed John Bosco, and Saint Faustina Kowalska, reported similar revelations from the Divine Mother, reinforcing the vision that Nostradamus described. These shared experiences further solidify the message he conveyed about the coming tribulations. In conclusion, Nostradamus called for an urgent and serious response to the prophecies he had revealed. He urged humanity to turn back to the Creator and follow the righteous path before it was too late. His prophecy served as both a warning and a guide, encouraging people to prepare spiritually and physically for the challenges ahead. The message is one that calls for deep reflection and action, urging the faithful to hold firm in their trust in the divine. This prophecy has left us with much to consider as we reflect on its meaning and implications. What do you think about Nostradamus' message? How should humanity respond to such a profound warning? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective matters. And if this message resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and, if you feel moved, consider giving us a super thanks to help support our continued exploration of these fascinating stories.